This video closes a chapter that was opened a long time ago, and I'm hoping it will help me solve a 40-year-old mystery. The mystery of the Kenner A-Wing in Empire Strikes Back packaging. Actually, before I take this out, let me give you a little background info first. A little over 173 years ago, when I was still a teen, I used to comb the two toy stores in my hometown almost daily, checking for new Kenner Star Wars toys and drooling over the stock I had already seen hundreds of times before, but which I had no money for. Especially the vehicles. They were way out of my budget, and I could only dream of getting one vehicle a year. For my birthday, maybe, because my parents were convinced I would grow out of Star Wars the very day after they'd given me an expensive vehicle. Skip ahead to a couple of weeks ago when I was inexplicably haunted by the memory of seeing an A-Wing fighter as a teen. It sat high upon the toy store shelf, pressed against the ceiling, and half hidden behind a dusty AT-ST box, and I remember thinking, I don't remember seeing that ship in any of the movies. That design is so cool. The whole thing is like one big wing. As exciting as it was to find that ship, I also remember feeling sad. Because the A-Wing would have to take a back seat to my heroic attempts of attaining a Millennium Falcon, and the Falcon would take me at least a year, if not longer. So it was unlikely I'd ever own an A-Wing. Of course, now with the internet at my fingertips, I started searching for an A-Wing to satisfy that whiny child inside and put this decades-old sadness to rest. But it was not to be. I immediately stumbled upon a huge mystery. The A-Wing I saw as a child didn't actually exist. Kenner never made it. Here's what I mean. Kenner first released an A-Wing in 1985 in the Droids line, which looks something like this. But this couldn't have been the version I saw as a kid, because I didn't even know about the Droids line until about 5 years ago. And the new look of the Droids packaging would almost certainly have stood out more to my child mind than the shape of the wings. So that wasn't my A-Wing. Later, Kenner released another A-Wing in the 90s, in the Power of the Force line, which was about a decade too late to be my A-Wing. The A-Wing I remember seeing was in standard Kenner packaging that I was used to. It didn't look out of place, so it had to be either the Empire Strikes Back packaging or the Return of the Jedi packaging, because I'd never seen anything else. And initially this still seemed possible to me, as I know that several of the last 17 figures, such as Yakface and Warwick, were released on Power of the Force card backs in most countries, but were released in the Netherlands still on the original Return of the Jedi card backs. We never got the Power of the Force in Kenner 1979-85 run. In fact, due to this, I wasn't even aware of the Power of the Force line until somewhere in the 2000s. So my assumption was that something similar had happened to the A-Wing, that it was released in Droids packaging all over the world, but received a Return of the Jedi treatment in the Netherlands. But the mystery deepened. I couldn't find any reference anywhere that this actually happened. There's no A-Wing in Empire or Jedi packaging. Anywhere. There never has been. If you're listening to this now and you know the answer to this mystery, please comment below. In the meantime, what I did was purchase an A-Wing online so I can be sure that it's actually the vehicle my inner child has been talking about. Okay, now back to my purchase. What have we got here? Let's get this bad boy out there. So this is clearly the 90s Power of the Force packaging, that typical nuclear the Toxic Avenger green around the edges. Not nearly as cool as the original Kenner packaging, sadly. It's like it's trying too hard to be cool, but that's just my opinion. Let's open this up. A nice little package here. Ah, there's a paper insert. Always cool. Let's take that out and have a look. Shows you how to apply labels and such. Double-sided too, I like that. Now for the vehicle. It's wrapped really well, probably because it didn't have the original box insets to keep the vehicle in place. Oh, there's a figure too. That's cool. Let's take it out and have a look. Nope, not my style. Back to the vehicle. It does look really cool, like a big wing. Oh, this could be some movable landing gear, like on the Falcon and Snowspeeder. And maybe a battery compartment here? Let's check that out later. Yeah, nice little vehicle. Let's open the canopy. Oh, that bit just moved. I wonder if that's a button to open the canopy. Yeah, looks like it. That's a nice little detail. Let's take a closer look. Great shape. Some nice guns on the wings. Clear plastic exhaust ports. Yeah, I really like it. There is some finer paint detail here that I wouldn't expect on the Empire and Jedi era vehicles. Definitely Power of the Force style. I'll have another look at this hatch, see if it's a battery compartment. It opens up somewhat, but it doesn't look like it's supposed to hold batteries. Or maybe it was modified since the droid's line or something? It seems non-functional. Let's close it up before I break something. Ooh, another button. I wonder if this... Yes, this is for the landing gear. Nice. You call that an A-wing pilot? That's not an A-wing pilot. This is an A-wing pilot. Let's see if he fits. Yep, perfect fit. Not sure if the Power of the Force wide stance pilot would even fit, to be honest. Look at that. Perfect. Definitely the ship I remember, minus the spray-painted dirt and battle-damaged details. So the mystery deepens. If you have any idea how I could have encountered a Return of the Jedi packed A-Wing in 1985, please let me know. And make sure to comment what an amazing job Ryan's done doing the voice of me, Graham, the next 17.